At the state capitol today, a bill that would require voters to show ID before dropping off mail-in ballots at the polls just cleared a major hurdle.
Meanwhile, a different bill which would have made drastic changes to the way we all vote is essentially dead now. Our political editor, Dennis Welch, is in our newsroom with the surprising response from that bill's sponsor tonight, Dennis.
Yeah, and the bill we're talking about would have ended most early voting and mail-in ballots, forced counties to bring in thousands of people to count ballots by hand. And at the end of the day, even after all of that, it would have given the legislature a chance to throw out the result. And today, the bill's sponsor had plenty to say about it.
It was under my understanding in the discussion that he was going to do that 12 committee lynching on both of them, and I think it was politically expedient that he did that on one but not the other.
Representative John Fillmore's reaction after watching the top House Republican essentially kill his proposal to drastically change state elections, comparing it to a lynching.
You said 12 committee lynching?
Well, I will. Yeah, it was a lynching.
HB 2596 elections.
On Tuesday, House Speaker Rusty Bowers doomed Fillmore's proposal.
Military affairs.
Instead of assigning it to one House committee for debate like most bills,
Government and elections.
Bowers dealt House Bill 2596 a fatal blow, making the unprecedented move of assigning it to all 12 standing House committees.
Natural resources.
I think what the Speaker saw was what people in Arizona know is that making these drastic changes to the vote-by-mail system is unpopular, is something that we shouldn't be talking about, and is something that does not deserve a hearing.
Minority Leader Reginald Boulding praised Bowers for kneecapping Fillmore's bill, which would have eliminated early voting and vote by mail, mandated hand counts of ballots, banning all tabulation machines, and would have allowed the legislature to reject election results they didn't like. While Boulding applauded Bowers, he slammed Fillmore for comparing what happened to a lynching.
We've seen, language used from Mr. Fillmore that's just inappropriate from a lawmaker, and what that language leads to those same type of policies. Jim Crow type language leads to Jim Crow type policies.
Fillmore is a strong supporter of election changes and found himself in hot water last week when he laid out exactly what his plan would do.
We need to get back to 1958 style voting.
And Fillmore was asked today about that 1958 quote, and he explained that, yes, he understands that mail-in voting is very popular here in Arizona, but he also claimed that that is where most of the voter fraud actually occurs. And just a reminder, and it is important to remind voters this and the public this, that numerous audits have shown there is no widespread voter fraud here in Arizona. In the newsroom, Dennis Welch, Arizona's Family.